That's better. Hey guys, and welcome to my new YouTube video. So in this video, and actually in one of the other videos I'm going to be doing, I'm just going to go through coursework that I actually had to complete for my uni course. So obviously you've seen a lot of like vlogs and a lot of like collaborations and a few Christmassy sort of related videos, and I'm hoping to still do some Christmas related content, but for the next few I want to sort of do a couple of university related videos as well, because although Vlogmas is Christmas related, it can also be literally just uploading a video every single day in December. So my aim is to sort of mix the two of those together, so uploading a video every single day but also trying to include some form of Christmas concept, like me and my jingly hat. In this video, I am literally just going to be reading you through what I put in my Synoptic assessment. So this is just one part of my coursework. I don't know what grade I've got on it at the moment, and I don't think I find out until after Christmas, but the Synoptic assessment basically counted for 20% of my dissertation, and obviously because I'm in final year, my dissertation counts as the other 80%. So Synoptic is 20%, so it's 6 questions about myself, what I've learnt on the course, what I haven't learnt on the course, then I had to include my CV, and then I also had to include my LinkedIn profile. Question 1 is a reflection on academic and personal development during the degree. Questions 3 and 4 are awareness of current professional attributes. Questions 7 and 8 it's just evidence of emerging professional identity. So if I go through my questions then, I'm going to zoom out because they're quite big boy questions. Not that zoomed out, otherwise I can't read it. Question 1 is literally, during your time at university, you have studied a wide range of modules. How has your course deepened your academic knowledge and understanding? Which aspects of the course have not been most Which aspects of the course have been most intellectually rewarding and why? And for those of you that feel like I am looking down, I'm actually literally reading my Synoptic assessment from my laptop, which is literally balancing somewhere, I don't even know how. So my answer is this. Get my eyes open so I can actually read it. Before coming to university, I had an understanding around media, as I studied it for both GCSEs and A-levels. So when I initially came back to NTU back in 2017 to study media pathways, I was eager to learn about a wider range of modules, including media and culture and media and communications, as well as more advanced practical media. During the introduction to our media practice module, we were tasked with 2 small exercises to prepare us for the major assignment. The first one was to explore DSLR cameras, and the other was to create a short soundscape with at least 60% original sounds. Although neither of the exercises counted towards my final grade, they were both beneficial to completing the major assignment, which was a short video based on the poem I'm a Camera by Christopher Isherwood, and gave me a better understanding around how to use cameras which would be used in the professional media industry. In terms of the other modules I studied in first year, none of them actually involved any practical assignments and were entirely essay based, so I was sceptical about what I was going to learn and how much knowledge I would gain. Out of the 3 modules, I enjoyed studying face-to-face to Facebook the most, especially when it came to learning about non-verbal communications. I found it fascinating how people could communicate without speaking, and appreciated learning about the different types of non-verbal communication, including the use of kinesics and how emblems or gestures were used to replace speech, whereas illustrators or gesticulations were used in addition to speech. During my second year, I gained a better understanding around the types of media, as well as what type of media I wanted to go into after graduating. Again, a majority of the modules were essay-based and followed on from my previous first-year modules, including identity and difference and theorising media and culture, which covered a variety of topics including sexuality, gender, the art of drag and class. 2 of the modules that I chose to study were script to screen, where I had to create a slideshow of images to tell a story using transitions and sound effects where possible, and creative documentary, where I worked with a group of 3 other members to create a short documentary on the creative people of Nottingham entitled The Nottingham Creatives. The final module was working in the media, where I had to create a career development portfolio and undergo a work placement with a reflection. The module helped me gain an insight into the real media industry, as I was forced to think about my future job aspirations and which type of media I would like to specialise in. I was one of the very few who achieved it first in the module, and it motivated me to partake in more projects and placements inside and outside university to help increase job employability after graduation. Now, just a quick thing that I didn't actually mention, each question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, each answer had to be around 500 words. And obviously that means basically a 3,000 word essay just split into 6 nicely laid out questions. When I was actually answering the questions though, it was a bit, when I did first look at each of the questions, the way that they phrased the question just sounded very, very complicated. Studied a wide range of modules. How's the course deepened your academic knowledge and understanding? They could have just said, what did you learn? And what aspects have been intellectually rewarding and why? What have you benefited from? So from doing the course, what's been the most beneficial parts and why? So just, that was literally me just breaking down that question just now, but with all 6 questions, I think they wanted to just phrase the questions professionally, but then at the same time it was just, because it was so technical, a lot of people did get confused. But that was my question 1 answer. So how's the course deepened my knowledge and what did I find rewarding and why? So I pretty much just spoke about every single one of the modules, mostly the practical ones, dropping just a bit of what I learned from some of the written modules. And face-to-face to Facebook was actually a very good module. I did actually turn up for those, let alone that they were like 9 till 11s on a Monday, so not great, but I do remember going to all of those, and the guy in charge of it, Nigel, he was very passionate about the course, and although he would set us like formatives, which no one ever did, the actual understanding about specific things, like I said, non-verbal communication. Obviously I know people can communicate without speaking, that's what things like sign language is for, and that sort of thing, but the fact that we actually went into those topics so deeply, it made me actually want to learn, it made me actually see a side of media I didn't see before. And although I don't necessarily want to go into the written side of media or the, I don't know, the more non-practical side of media, it was still good to actually have an understanding about more of the theoretical sides. I know I want to do practical, but it's also good to have a bit of knowledge around your subject as well. Question 2 was, during your time at university, you have developed a wide range of modules, skills and attributes that have helped you to learn. Many of the skills are graduate attributes that are highly valued by employers. Using examples, explain how your degree and extracurricular activities have helped you to develop and demonstrate at least 3 different skills. Now, when I first went for my dissertation meeting with my dissertation leader actually for the Synoptic, he pretty much just was looking through all of my answers, and he told me all the bits to change. Obviously I've changed it since what I showed him, and this is the most updated version. But in terms of the skills, he literally just wanted it to be very clear of, this is skill number 1, this is skill number 2, this is skill number 3. So that's basically what I did. I did 1 whole paragraph per skill and then just extra little bits in the middle just for sort of context. So if I was to read the answer to you, this is literally exactly what I wrote. One of the main skills that I've developed is confidence. Coming to Nottingham from London was a dramatic change in lifestyle, but I realised I had to partake in as many opportunities and projects to make university worthwhile. During my 2nd year, I was approached with my first professional filming project, interviewing media students, and although I was debating the opportunity, I got myself fully involved and had my videos shared at NTU's open days. Since then, I have had other amazing opportunities, such as travelling to Germany for a video project, which Daniels mentions can open doors to job opportunities abroad in the future. I have also taken over NT's Instagram twice, and most recently became a student mentor for my subject department. Another skill that I developed was the ability to work both independently and also in a group. The first year of my degree was primarily essay-based, so I had to work alone, but throughout the 2nd and 3rd year modules, especially with the practical work, teamwork was a must. I often took a leadership role in the group, asking people what their strengths and weaknesses were, so that we could blend our talents together and complete the set tasks to the best of our ability. In the 2nd year module Creative Documentary, I was passionate about making a short documentary based on the creative people of Nottingham, but took advice and was able to communicate effectively with the people in my group as to what the main focus of the video should be. Alongside the practical work, I have also been quite proactive outside of my studies, as I have also been part of 5 societies, including Blogging and Vlogging, Pride, Trent TV, Platform Magazine and Fly FM, where I've either taken the lead or sub-lead role in a variety of projects, creating original content for the university, as well as for my own portfolio. Some of my work includes helping out as a videographer celebrating 10 years of acoustic rooms sessions at rescue rooms, and helping to film Trent Me Out, the NTU equivalent of Take Me Out. I have also written over 15 blog posts for the student magazine covering topics such as reality television, in particular Love Island and The Circle, sports, music and LGBTQ+ issues. The final skill I'm going to speak about is my ability to take the initiative. I believe that this skill is very important in a professional working environment as it can prove that I'm a good leader and can do the right thing without being asked. People who show initiative demonstrate they can think for themselves. Rawlings 2016. An example of where I took the initiative was when I worked as a temporary car parking assistant on Clifton campus. During one of the open days, there were 14 students, 5 to 6 professional car parking stewards on shift, trying to fill up the car parking spaces quickly and effectively. I took the initiative by guiding cars towards me, using hand signals and gestures to indicate where the available spaces were. But I've pretty much mentioned my 3 skills, so one was confidence, one was being able to work independently and also in a group, and then thirdly, well, I've got being proactive, and then I've got taking the initiative. So they're my 4 skills. It says 3, I've spoken about 4, and actually, when I was looking at this question, I was actually editing my my Synoptic assessment. I heard someone go, yeah, I spoke about 13 of my skills, and I was sitting there like, but that literally means you've spoken about each one very briefly, or you've just sort of listed them and hoped for the best that they explain themselves, which isn't great. And with this sort of thing, if it says 3, you should do 3 or 4. Don't do 13 like that girl did, because she's probably not going to come out with a good grade. Because she probably said, yeah, I got confidence, yeah, this project, woo. Oh yeah, I got leadership, yeah, woo. It's like, you need to actually explain it in detail, which is what I did. So question 3 is undertake research online or use employability resources to explain and account for the importance of subject knowledge, subject skills, attributes and behaviours within a professional or postgraduate environment. So this is basically saying, why is learning about your subject, why is the skills related to your subject, and why are certain behaviours and attributes needed for once you graduate in a professional working environment. When thinking about life after university, many students believe that they're going to get instantly hired for a job because they have a degree or completed one work placement during their years of studying, which isn't the case. According to College Values Online, who specialise in giving advice on life experience, they believe that experience will outweigh education because these professionals have proved themselves to be skilled workers, and therefore their skills will speak more highly of that individual through extracurricular projects and activities rather than a grade they got in higher education. Employers in both companies and educational institutions are looking for a variety of skills in students that are specific to that individual, as well as what they can bring to their company. In terms of subject knowledge and subject skills, there is an ongoing argument about whether what is being taught in higher education is actually beneficial for graduates, or if it holds them back from achieving their full potential. Screen Skills 2019. The new Education Secretary, Damien Hinds, has said that schools should aim for an ethos that develop their character, resilience and workplace skills of each and every student. If young students are taught these soft skills, along with the ability to critically think and analyse situations, have an eye for detail and be able to communicate effectively, it will help them adapt quickly to their future job, career, prospects and life developments after that. Qualifications and exams are important, but not the whole picture when it comes to what you learn and achieve. Mason 2018. Education professionals believe that most graduates lack the skills needed for a job due to a variety of reasons. This could include that they have been mismatched to courses and student skills are not being used to their full potential. But alternatively, students feel that they can't speak to their lecturers or personal tutors about their career aspirations. Students need better careers advice that will help them define their skills and attributes. Steed 2018. In addition to subject knowledge, students could progress in their career path by taking part in the services available at the universities. For example, at the University of Kent, there are services available to take an online career test to identify which jobs suit their personal skills, along with a work-study scheme which offers a bursary depending on the job role they are able to secure. A study in Ireland showed that almost 33% of the 38,000 students surveyed didn't speak to their lecturers about their future career plans, and therefore not able to create a 5 or 10 year career plan for when they finish education. One of the skills in current times is working against isolation, says Fazakali, who continues to give advice on how to communicate your future job plans and why it is important. The JISC also believe that if staff and students were able to create professional bonds, students would be recognised for their achievements through accredited leadership and extracurricular awards, helping them to stand out from their course mates above and below. JISC 2017. I believe that in order to have a successful career, you need to be able to identify your skills and weaknesses, as well as trying to develop lifelong skills, as this is the key for being employed in the future. There was also a strong link between high achievers at university and employability in graduate or highly respected jobs, with statistics showing that over 50% of graduates between the ages of 21 and 30 years old are employed in highly skilled jobs. More than 40% of graduates have worked in the public administration, education and health industries, compared to the lower value of 15% of those that are non-graduates. That question was basically, do as much research as you can and prove what you're talking about. So the study that I spoke about, the numbers that I was speaking about, they're all real. They are from professional websites. And the thing that I found very, very interesting is that between 21 and 30 year olds, only 40% of those are in graduate jobs. But then to be fair, 40% is almost half. Almost half of those people that graduate from university become professionals in postgraduate jobs. So although 40% does sound quite low in terms of the whole world, in terms of students and in terms of postgraduates, that's quite a high number compared to those who aren't in a job. So question number 4 is, consider the knowledge, the skills and the attributes required to succeed in a professional or postgraduate environment discussed in question 3 above. Which skills and attributes do you personally need to develop or further enhance in order to succeed? Explain the steps that you will have already taken to ensure that you develop the skills and attributes. So the skills that I spoke about in the question above, or the skills that graduate employers are looking for, how can I further advance those? Like, are they skills that I'm already working on? Are they skills I've already worked on? Or are they skills that I need to work on? So it's sort of, I feel like question 1 and 2 were the odd ones out. Question 3 linked to question 4 and question 5 linked to question 6. One skill that I believe I need to improve more is my ability to critically think about and analyse ideas. I feel that I have already been able to do this during my time at university in a variety of both essay-based and practical modules. In terms of essay writing, most of the work was independent, and we had to teach ourselves some of the topics, as well as having to find our own online and written resources. Generally, I did a lot of extra reading and research alongside writing my essays so that I could get a better understanding of the module and gain extra knowledge about the topics briefly covered. As I'm working alone, I become very motivated to remember as much information about the topics as possible to benefit me further down the line, or in this case, when writing those essays. Another benefit of being able to critically analyse situations is that it is a skill that can be used both in higher education and also in real life matters, such as global warming, the importance of healthcare, mental health issues and politics, among other issues. These challenges are forever changing, and having young creative minds that are prepared to think in a more innovative and diverse way will better the world, as we can think about long-lasting solutions rather than just thinking about the now. Another skill that is most certainly important in a professional working environment, the answer's just disappeared. Another skill that is most certainly important in a professional working environment is the ability to communicate effectively and have strong interpersonal communication skills, both online and in real life. This can be anything from listening to a work colleague in a meeting, your attitude around the general workplace, or even when tasked to explore and explain ideas in front of a group of people. There have been many cases where graduates are completing work in a working environment but feel that it is acceptable to have their personal social media accounts or emails on their screen. A pro to banning social media at work reduces the risk of employees using the platforms as a forum for discrimination and can also increase their productivity in the office. Companies like Sony and Steam have also banned specific elements of social media, including cartoony sex games and hosting pages relating to deep topics. Kobe AS 2019. One of the reasons that graduates and students aren't being accepted into jobs is the way in which they communicate in real life or on social media. Employers often prevent social media applications from being accessed at work, as this can sometimes lead to a loss in productivity as the staff are not actually working. Another negative of using social media is that companies can track any website that you have been on, and being caught can sometimes ruin your employment status and your personal reputation. Relating this back to communication, social media is deemed to have an adverse effect on young people, and the use of language online is very different to what is accepted in a professional working environment. This can sometimes lead to a lack of conversation around decision making, or the lack of being able to lead tasks, which may not be beneficial if discussing a business plan or future idea for that specific company. Now, I do, just over reading that, I feel like I repeated myself on the same point twice, but nevertheless, those skills are important, and that is how I pretty much explained how those skills are beneficial. Question number 5 is, this is one of the questions I had a bit of trouble with, because it's talking about your career aspirations, and as an undergraduate at the moment, I don't really know what I want to do. I know I've got a lot of skills, I know there's a lot of things I do enjoy doing, but there's also a lot of things that I don't enjoy doing, and actually there's a lot of things I haven't actually explored. So for me to say, right, this is exactly what I want to do, I can't do that. So that's why this question was a bit difficult for me, because it says, for question 5, explain your current career aspirations and outline the steps you intend to take or have already taken to achieve your career goals. So yeah, this is basically saying, what career do you want to get into, how are you going to get there, and what have you already done to get there? Like, have you started doing stuff to get there? So my answer for this question, in terms of career aspirations, I have decided that I wanted to work in the media industry, most probably a multifaceted career which can include a variety of media forms. This includes running my own personal website, social media accounts, attending events to promote myself, brands, collaborate with other media influencers, and have a voice for what I'm interested in. An example of somebody already doing this is Jack Ben Edwards, a study tuber who dedicates most of his work to help students throughout their university experience, covering a variety of topics. In an interview with Palatinate, a Durham newspaper, he states that social media can often be oversaturated with success stories and high flyers, but wants to bring a bit more of a reality to his growing audience. Westerman, 2018. I feel like I need to continue exploring the available opportunities and continue working on improving my creative and technical skills, such as networking daily with as many media professionals as possible using LinkedIn. Bright Network, 2019. I aim to connect with at least 50 to 100 professionals a day, including a variety of undergraduates, recent postgraduates and professionals. I've also completed a variety of professional work representing NTU. For example, I was sent to Germany in early 2019 with 3 of my media course mates to film a promotional video stating the benefits of travelling abroad and how the areas of Karlsruhe, Germany and Nottingham, England are both creative cities, but how they can both improve their services based on their strengths. Our videos were also shown at the Nottingham Council House to over 200 students from a variety of different ethnic backgrounds and courses. In addition to this, I have also tried to utilise most of the alumni fellows or public speakers' advice who have come into our sessions over the past 2 years to discuss their journeys into the workplace upon graduation. Most of the students in my classes would only make brief notes, but I would connect with them instantly on LinkedIn, speak to them face to face about what my skills are, my plans for the future and any tips that they would be able to give me for once I've graduated university. I have also completed a variety of media projects outside of university, such as being a video assistant on multiple video shoots for local singers and songwriters, as well as gaining 2 years in a professional social media role. In addition to this, I have also been put in contact with the manager of a radio station, and I'm currently working on creating radio content for his show to be released in 2020. In terms of my own brand, I've been regularly updating and uploading the content on all of my social media platforms, including Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn and YouTube, and I've more recently created a Facebook page where I want to upload my original content to as well. I'm able to therefore constantly create and share original content in a variety of media forms rather than following a specific structure or set of regulations. In terms of career goals, I'd like to see the available postgraduate schemes at Nottingham Trent University and build up my knowledge by working at one of the marketing roles as well as this, regularly see the NTU employability team to update my CV, create relevant cover letters and practice interviews for when I apply for professional job roles. Now, that was a very complicated question, and I did actually have to rewrite that a few times to try and literally include everything that I wanted to say, especially because there's only 500 words available. But I feel like I've done so many extra things compared to so many of the other students, and in terms of like just simple things like alumni fellows and people that come in to do speeches and stuff. Obviously for some of them I'm obviously not there because I've got other projects that I'm working on, but for the majority of them, whoever is there, I just sort of explain to them briefly who I am. I tell them that they can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I just sort of go, right, these are all my skills, these are all the types of jobs and types of roles that I've already been in, that I am in now, or that I want to go into, and it's sort of just like, right, how can I get to any of them? Can they recommend me any people that I can sort of connect with or get in contact with? And then from there, I've got that person as a connection, the people they've recommended to me as connections, and then it's just a matter of actually proving myself to those people, showing them my YouTube channel, showing them my LinkedIn profile, and just sort of going, right, this is all the work that I've done basically. And last but not least, question 6 is explain how your graduate employability has been enhanced by your time at university, and consider how the full range of your knowledge, your skills and your professional attributes and behaviours can provide you with the foundation that you need to succeed in the career or course outlined above. How has everything relating to my course, the knowledge, skills and professional attributes, how has that pretty much given me, how has that helped me in terms of being able to get a job that I want even quicker? So that's basically what it means. So I've managed to fit the whole answer on one page. So this is my answer for question 6. In terms of graduate employability, my university experience has helped me to decide which aspects I like and dislike around media. My first year modules were not topics of interest in the way that they were taught, and the fact that they were all essay based, it has put me off those topics even more. I began learning more about the technical and practical sides of media from my second year, especially after completing the working in the media module. One of the professional attributes I have gained is the ability to use LinkedIn more effectively, and utilise it primarily for networking, but also to help me find potential jobs after graduation. Funch 2016. A benefit of using LinkedIn is that you can show a timeline of your experience across your 3 years of studying, showing how you have progressed. I have made sure to also include all relevant work experience and placements related to social media, marketing and media production, along with any features and publications and on social media. Examples include an interview on the NTU website, the official NTU social media including Trent TV, the student magazine, Platform Magazine, the Arts and Humanities Twitter and Instagram accounts, and the NTU Instagram account where I did multiple student takeovers. I have also been published in a book called Desire, Love and Identity, a project aimed to get LGBTQ+ writers together to tell their stories. My university experience has also been very beneficial, as I have been able to decipher my strengths and weaknesses, along with my likes and dislikes relating to media. In the creative documentary module, I enjoyed how we were given the freedom to create a video on a topic of our choice, but I came to the realisation that I didn't want to go in the videography or photography aspect as a full-time role, but to continue pursuing both of those media skills. In my second and third years, I have also been working with Georgia Stone on employability modules, where we have had to create multiple portfolios showcasing where we aim to go after graduation. I have therefore been able to find jobs and placement opportunities relating closely to my specialised skills and interests in media, whilst still keeping my options open so that I don't miss out on opportunities. Skills that I have improved include both technical elements such as camera work and video editing, along with a variety of transferable skills including time management, confidence, public speaking, leadership, and most importantly, the ability to multitask effectively. Skills that I've developed during my years of studying. In addition, as a CERT student mentor for the Arts and Humanities Department, I have also been able to refine my interpersonal communication skills and build strong relationships with both the lecturers and undergraduate students who will be following on my path. Building these connections will enable me to confidently pass on my expertise and advice to the other years for quicker employability after graduation. This is also beneficial for me because once I get into a media role and my employers begin searching for potential candidates for roles, I may already have some connections with students who I know will be looking for jobs, and I can therefore be the contact they need to secure a suitable job role. So I just thought, actually, I remember during one of my placements, my placement supervisor or my placement organiser just said to me, you don't have the required skills, you don't have the required experience that we're looking for, but because you're confident, because you come across like you know what you're talking about, and because you have skills, you know what you're doing with editing and that sort of thing, he wanted to give me a foot in the door as long as I promised to do that for somebody else. So I've pretty much written that at the end, sort of going, well actually once I've built up my connections and once I've got into the professional job, I know that the students below me are also going to be doing that same thing. So they can therefore have me as a connection, and if my future manager is looking for a young junior editor or something, I can sort of go, actually, well, I was doing this module and I knew a few people in the year below and therefore could then work technically with those younger people. I thought I'd drop that in at the end because I'm one of those people that it doesn't matter where I am in life, I would always try and put other people before me, or I'll try and bring good people that I know into wherever I am. Question 7 wasn't really a question, it was just uploading my CV. And pretty much the only things that I've updated on it, I just added a few extra key skills, just updated my education in terms of what my GCSEs and A-levels were. In terms of work experience, I've got 4 main sections. So I've got my teaching and coaching, which was at my primary school and my old tennis club. I've then got NCS, I've then got JLGB, where I worked for about 2 years, a few summers, and then my most recent, most up-to-date experience at Nottingham Trent University, where I've got, I think, 7 main bullet points. Helped with videography, photography and presenting roles for Trent TV, blog writing for Platform, student chosen to go to Germany. Opportunity to interview students, camera operator for live work, including a variety of placements. Given the opportunity to do live Q&As on NTU's Instagram, receiving over 30,000 people engagement, and temporary work as a car parking assistant, helping direct cars in and out of campus and remaining professional from 7:45 to 3:30. Along with that, just at the end, a few hobbies and interests, and then references available in request. And question 8 wasn't really a question again, it was just sort of linking my profile, my professional profile accounts. So I just linked my LinkedIn and I linked my website. So if you haven't seen either of those, I will just put a screenshot of either or both of them on the screen, LinkedIn on the left and my website on the right. But yeah, that is pretty much it. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to like, comment, chat and subscribe. I also did a little bit of bibliography at the end with all the references and all the websites that I used. I think I had about 15. So I did do a lot of research, and I did actually really, although the Synoptic was very stressful, I did enjoy actually thinking about myself in more depth and actually where do I want to go after university, what do I want to do. I've got lots of these skills, I've got lots of connections, but I need to actually get a job. That's the main thing. But yeah, if you did enjoy, don't forget to like, comment, chat and subscribe. I will be with you tomorrow for another video, hopefully festive, hopefully not being this hot because I'm literally sitting under a light and I am boiling. But yeah, until tomorrow's video, thank you for watching and I will see you very soon. Also, if anybody else has any synoptics done, is working towards a synoptic, completed it, doing it right now, let me know in the comments. If there's any sort of way I can help you, then let me know. If you've already done it, comment how it went. And until the next video, goodbye.